I'll open those. Open these first. Don't mess up my truck, Irene. Walk in front of the camera and bend over a lot. They'll like that. Okay guys, so this is going to be just gathering up this firewood. I will be cutting a lot of these in half because I know that I said that I'd use my MS400 until it broke in, but you get tired of it. And I got the 620 now, the Dire Wolf converted to 620, and I'm wanting to break it in. So we choose our opportunities. This is one of them. But might have to tune it up a little bit, maybe not, I don't know. But I got to cut these up so that Irene can lift them, and the saw needs broken in. Here we go. I had the high jet turned all the way in. So this 620 carb, I have unmodified it. It's not been modified. There we go. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to get in there and plug that high jet the same way you have to do on the 590. Cause it's just wanting to still stumble, you know, in the cut. This thing puts the 400 to absolute shame. My God, this is fast.
Babe?
Yeah.
Can you cut that one more time?
Yeah. I mean, you should probably just do the small ones while I cut these up.
Yeah. Wood smells nice.
Okay, so this is the first time that I've truly worked this saw, and I am blown away. I mean, blown away. This is so good. Now, I do understand that I have a brand new Husqvarna X3 chain on there, or I'm sorry, C83 chain on there, and that's cutting way better than any chain I've ever had on the MS 400. But this just humiliates my MS 400. I mean, humiliates it. This has so much more power and torque. It probably even has more RPM. That is absurd. I never expected it to be this good. I think that it probably is as strong as, maybe stronger than, my Johnson Red 2171, which is an OE, an original edition 372 XP, non-X torque. That is impressive. I mean, wow, I am blown away. So much to the point to where I'm saying this might be the best chainsaw I have ever ran in my life. Ever. Not the most powerful, I'm saying best. Forget about the cost. At this point, it's no longer heavy. At this point, it is lightweight. Because the amount of power that it's putting out is the amount of power of a 72cc saw plus. I mean, it's good. Holy crap, is it good. I love it. That might be the very best chainsaw I have ever ran. Because now, I don't care what the CCs are. Okay. I got a little carried away there. Okay, I have no problem admitting that. I got a little carried away there. But I will stand behind the statement that might be the nicest combo that I've ever ran. It's, my God, it's cutting good. And I know, and I said it in the video, the C83 chains is really, really making a difference. It's cutting so well. But the reality is it probably does have as much power, definitely has more torque than that MS 400. But overall, it really might have more power than the MS 400, which that's impressive. And at this point now, it's not a heavy saw. At this point now, it's light. You know, because the amount of power that it's putting out is probably extremely similar to a lot of 70cc saws, 72cc saws. It runs really, really well, and I'm really liking it. But this is what torque does for you. Torque feels fantastic. And it does make a saw feel like it cuts so much faster than it does. Because it doesn't hesitate. It just goes rip right through. And you're like, wow, this thing is great. But in reality, it probably is still only cutting, I don't know, 10,000 in the cut. Maybe 10.5 or so. And so even though it's, to you, your senses are overwhelmed with this thing is cutting amazing. The reality is it's probably cutting a lot slower than the MS400 does. The MS400 is probably cutting 11,000 RPMs or higher, whereas this thing right now, it's completely unbroken in, is probably cutting 10,000, maybe 10.5 in the cut. And so what you get is a saw in which your chain is not skipping at all. It's cutting and you feel that. It feels wonderful. Versus a saw that is cutting a lot faster, but it gets stopped easier. It doesn't have the torque. And you feel chain chatter and things like that. So anyways, that's enough of this. I'm going to go back to the video, but yeah, I have to call myself out. I'm a little full of shit there. It does not have as much power as my Johnsrud 2171. And even if it does have as much torque, it just does not have the RPM. No way, no shape, no form, no how. But it is awesome, and it feels amazing to cut with. I mean, Charlie Briscoe, this is his formula. He told me what to do to this saw, and I did it. I did it the way that he said do it. I did nothing to the lower transfers, nothing. I never touched them at all. I got it to where I think I got it at 25,000 squish. It has a standard 620 piston and rings in it. It is not broken in. I've not been through the first tank. This is not broken in. It will run better than this. It's a 620 cylinder, 620 carburetor, 620 ignition. For all intended purposes now at this point, this is a 620 Direwolf. Right? This is it. This is where I've been aiming to go with this all along. And the port numbers on the intake, we fell right at 80, 81, and that just came naturally by me milling the base, or turning the base down, right, and getting my squish set up. I did not touch the intake. I didn't rough it up. I didn't smooth it out. I did nothing to the intake. Nothing. I did nothing to the lower transfers. The only thing that I did was the exhaust. I raised it to 102 degrees, and the upper transfers, I gave it, what was it, 20 degrees of blowdown, I believe, or 22, right there at it. The upper transfers on these things and the 590 are very difficult to work with because they're so slanted. They point towards the top of the combustion chamber, and so it's really hard to do those, but I got it done. I managed. I took my time. Even though, I mean, I feel like I could have done a better job. My God, it performs. I'm blown away. But at this point, we're seeing that long stroke, my God, does it pay off. That thing runs amazing. Oh, the Nissan's dragging ass now, isn't it?
Uh-huh. Nice. pretty wood chips.
What's that?
It's pretty, all those wood chips.
Yeah?
Make some nice soil. Woo.
We got some more, but we can't fit it all on here. Boy, she's dragging ass now. Hip bumper's way down. Yeah, I think that 620 now, the 620 Direwolf is freaking amazing. That might literally be the best combination of saw I have ever ran.